All right, it's another Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another day up at Wilder Woods. Today, I'm going to start working on the roof. Got these 2x8 rafters behind me, 16 foot, and made a couple initial cuts and measurements on them yesterday, made sure the fit was good, and now we're going to start cutting up every single one so we can start framing up our roof. After that gnarly 30+ inch snowstorm, I made a goal to have a roof and walls up before the next big dump. I was feeling good about it until today when I was driving up the hill and I got a blizzard warning. There's always some uncertainty, but really the whole area is supposed to get dumped on snow, so I'm sure we're gonna get plenty. So we're gonna hustle and see if we can get this roof up in time, but yeah, not super hopeful. Well, we didn't beat the snow, but it wasn't as bad as it could have been, and the stuff was real light, which makes cleaning out the cabin a lot easier. All right, I'm gonna try to get one piece of sheathing up on the roof before calling it a day. I've got a DIY ladder going up there, and it is sitting between two rafters and then on the top plate. So I'm gonna use that as a work surface to go up and secure a 2x6 along the edge. That way I have a ledge that I can have the piece of sheathing rest against before it's secured. I don't know how well it's gonna work, if it's gonna work. It's definitely, the first sheet's gonna be the hardest one, because once the one's up there, then I have a work surface, right? And then I can also use the ladder as a ramp to help pull sheets up. This first one, it's gonna be trial and error. We'll see how it goes. roof. I've got a few pieces of plywood, well, zip, to go in this corner, and then we'll have half of it done. A little nervous about having the camera up here. That's why this is the first shot, but I'm already about halfway done. But I figure, you know, I'm up here, all my tools are up here, and those things are worth more than the camera. So if it goes overboard, it goes overboard. And there's a lot of soft snow down there, so we got that going for us, which is nice. Yeah, beautiful evening, 3 o'clock. But that really is the best part about Alaska in the winter. These short days, you get golden hour all day. It's also nice to be up here with the camera because this is a beautiful lot. We've got views once you're up high. I mean, the woods are gorgeous on their own, but being able to see the mountains back behind me is, you know, the best part about this. And with this building, you know, we're not gonna have those mountain views, but maybe someday build a full-size house here, 2 stories, and you'd have these views. Trying to imagine where I'm sitting now being in a living room someday. And it's pretty cool. The biggest delay in the roofing step was just waiting for the weather to tape, both being warm enough and no snow or low enough snow that I could get the deck cleaned off. This process was also a reminder how much of a pain taping can be. I'm still happy with my choice to use zip, and I'll use it in the future, but I greatly underestimated the time, effort, and cost of the taping step. Time for the next step of the roof. I think what I'm gonna do next is take some 1x4s and just do a perimeter on the outside and some slats down the middle. That way we have a nice secure structure to attach metal to when the time comes. We're also fully thawed out, which is great. And throughout that thaw out process, I did notice a spot or two where the tape wasn't quite adequate, so we're gonna redo that quick as well. Now for the crosses, I'm gonna go 45 degrees from the angle of the roof. I think it's most common to go parallel, you know, just mirror this line the long way. But I want there to be the ability for moisture to run off if any gets under the metal. So I'm gonna put mine at a 45-degree angle. Originally, I was going to do 2 8-foot pieces, 8 by 8, but I learned pretty quickly that that just wasn't going to cut it. The overhang where the roof panels meet was minuscule, and I was sacrificing covering the whole roof at the top. So just taking off that top row of 8s, and I've got 12s to replace it with. If you want to learn more about this chimney setup with the 2 pipes, stick around, stay tuned, hit the subscribe button. The next video should be about the wood stove install and this chimney setup. The stove and pipe we used required a couple of interesting solutions, but I think it's going to work out well in the long run. I'm not entirely sure of my, should we say, craftsmanship here, especially with that lower panel and the ridge. I put a little flare over it and loaded it up on silicone, but still, I wouldn't be surprised if we end up getting some water dripping down eventually. I don't have the best footage of putting on the Gable trim and drip edge on the top of the bottom. I think some moisture got into my lens and it started to fog up. You can already see it here, but it got really bad on the front. I really appreciate the support I've gotten through making and publishing these videos. This cabin has been so rewarding, and it's been just incredible to be able to share it with folks. It took a while to get this roof together, get the video together, and get an episode back on YouTube. But hey, all in all, the roof, it ain't perfect, but it's my roof, and it's my first roof, so I'm pretty happy with it. If you enjoyed this video, I would love it if you showed your support with the like button. And if you want to see more, see this cabin keep coming together, subscribe to the channel. There'll be more coming. In the meantime, thanks again, and go build something.